In his time, Wallace laundered a lot of money. Not to be confused with this laundry money that I accidentally left in my jeans when I took them to the dry cleaners.
The war to end all wars, perhaps. Wallace certainly demonstrated the full extent of his powers over the next few years. His visit to America in 2006 was an orgy of death and destruction, earning him the title King Kong. Records include his victory over Judge Judy in a lawsuit, the first of the nation, and the well-publicised corruption of his heroine, Miley Cyrus. Fox News branded him an inspiration, the new Jesus. Wallace's tour of America contained drug trafficking, murder and rape, torture, legal cases, and most of all, genocide. Needless to say, it was a success. Still, he needed backing. After his tour of North America, he went south on a political mission. And it was here, Mexico, that Wallace set up the infamous group, Forest Friends. Forest Friends, as of today, are a militant organisation intent on toppling Latin American governments and placing them under a puppeteer known as the Improper Dancer. Their history is long and bloody. Wallace himself said that they were a lot to handle, and this is coming from the man who owns Latvian slaves. However, he did get a lot of funds from this expedition, and, in fact, using these funds, he was able to take on the Mafia yet again. Now, it might seem that so far, getting funds was the only thing he really accomplished while on tour. But let's not forget Mexico is a volatile country and therefore has a large supply of military power Wallace could tap into. After all, Wallace never worked alone. On this front, Wallace made a hugely unexpected move. He made contact with the Snickets, the very people who had burned down the Intrubé mansion in 2004. Over the years, two primary theories have emerged. The first being that the Snickets faked the death of the Intrubé line in the fire in order to give them more time, 10 years to gather their power, and Wallace's grandfather's death was an unfortunate flaw in the plan. The second theory is that the Snickets remain true enemies, and Wallace has actually placed a whole lot of them, including their business partners and total employees numbering some 80,000 people, under the Imperious Curse, within a space of 3 hours.
Naturally, we're inclined to believe the second theory is far more feasible. Now, as anyone with an understanding of magic knows, the Imperious Curse is a spell requiring a wand. Luckily, we have one to hand. This one was quite generously lent to us by the magician Tunuk. 12 inches in length, it has a unicorn hair at its core and is particularly good at charm work. Being of quite good magical ability in myself, I will be able to demonstrate the kind of effect that the Imperious Curse will have had on Wallace's victims. Let us try it on this jar here. Imperia! Stay still. Don't move. Be transparent. Exist. Finite incantatum. As you can see, the curse works wonders. There is very little doubt that Wallace was able to control the minds of 80,000 different people with the power of his wand and ensure the full support of the Snicket enterprises. This wand has seen many years of service, stretching back before the creation of magical schools or even wand shops. It's certainly the most powerful in Britain, except for that owned by Wallace himself. Made of yew, it's rather springy, so it's particularly apt at deflecting unfriendly spells. But this is interesting. The runes and adornments along its length seem to recall the Neolithic age, an age of great superstition. elemental forces, and rampant prostitution. A grand era. No doubt, democracy and nationalism were little older than this wand, which possesses a certain gleam of triumph in the face of the changing eras it has surpassed, and even conquered. But the real question is, will it blend?
Hi! Today we're going to be blending this wand in this blender, the K6000, or as I like to call her, Dory. So, let's see how this bitch does. Remember kids, don't try this at home. I think it's safe to say we can scientifically conclude that Dory is one feisty bitch. Job well done, Dory.